You have a job. You have a bank account. You have your first Canadian paycheck. And somehow, by the 25th of the month, you're wondering where it all went. Most new permanent residents arrive in Canada with strong financial discipline from their home country. But the Canadian cost structure is completely different and the spending traps are different too. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to give you a budgeting system that takes 30 minutes to set up, works on any income, and will still be running in 5 years. Let's build it. Before we build your budget, let's be honest about why Canada is expensive, especially right now. In 2026, the average Canadian household spends about 62% of their after-tax income on basic needs alone. Rent in a major city can run $1,500 to $2,800 a month for a one-bedroom. Groceries for a household of two average $13,000 to $16,000 a year. Your phone plan alone can be $40 to $90 a month. A Toronto Transit pass is $156 a month. And in winter, your heat and electricity bill can add another $150 to $300. What worked in your home country won't work here. A budget built for Karachi, Manila, or Lagos will not survive Toronto or Calgary. You need a Canadian budget, one that accounts for these specific cost pressures and still leaves room to build wealth. The 50-30-20th rule is the most widely used budgeting framework in Canada for a reason. It's simple, flexible, and it works on any income. Here's how it works. Take your monthly after-tax income. That's your take-home pay after CPP, and income tax deductions. Divide it into 3 buckets. 50% goes to needs, your non-negotiables, rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, transportation, insurance, and minimum debt payments. 30% goes to wants, things that improve your life but aren't essential, dining out, entertainment, subscriptions, and yes, your monthly remittances home count here too. 20% goes to savings and financial goals, emergency fund, TFSA contributions, RRSP, FHSA, or paying down debt faster. That's it. No spreadsheets. No tracking every coffee. 3 categories. 1 framework. And here's the important Canadian adjustment. In Toronto, Vancouver, or Calgary where housing is extremely expensive, it's completely acceptable to shift to 55-25-20ths or even 60-20-20. The key is to protect that 20% savings category at almost all costs. Let me make this real with a concrete Toronto example. Your monthly take-home is $5,000, about $72,000 salary before tax. 50%, $2,500, covers your needs. Shared one-bedroom rent at $1,100, groceries at $450, transit at $156, phone at $60, utilities at $150, tenant insurance at $25, a minimum debt payment of $100, and $200 sent home to family. That's $2,241. You're actually under the $2,500 ceiling. 30%, $1,500, covers your wants. $300 for dining out, $80 for streaming and entertainment, $200 for clothing and personal shopping, $100 for personal care, and $320 for everything else. Total, $1,000. You've got $500 left in your wants budget to keep or shift to savings. 20%, $1,000, goes to your financial future. $400 to your emergency fund, $400 to your TFSA and XEQT, $200 to your FHSA. And just like that, you're building your first $100,000 in Canada. One budget, one system. Step 1. Before you invest a single dollar in XEQT, before you max your TFSA, before you think about anything else, build your emergency fund. In Canada, your emergency fund target is 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses. Using our $5,000 example where needs total about $2,500, your target is $7,500 to $15,000. Keep it in a high-interest savings account. EQ Bank is the best option in 2026, offering over 3% interest with no fees and full CDIC insurance protection. It is not locked in. You can access it anytime. Don't invest it. Don't put it in your TFSA and buy XEQT with it, because if you lose your job and the market is down 30%, you'd be forced to sell at a loss. Your emergency fund is not an investment. It is a firewall between you and financial disaster. A new PR without a Canadian credit history, without family nearby to borrow from, without a safety net from their home country. You need this more than anyone. Build it first. Step 2. Automate everything. The single biggest reason people fail at budgeting is willpower. They intend to save, but life happens and the money gets spent. The solution is to remove willpower from the equation entirely. Here is the PR Wealth Lab paycheck system. The day your paycheck lands in your checking account, 3 automatic transfers fire immediately. Transfer 1. $400 to your EQ Bank emergency fund. Transfer 2. $400 to your Wealthsimple TFSA, which automatically buys XEQT on the next trading day. Transfer 3. $200 to your FHSA. Whatever is left in your checking account after those transfers is your spending money for the month. You pay rent, groceries, and bills from what's left. What you never see, you never spend. Set these up the week you get your first paycheck and never touch them. Now let me run through the 5 budget traps that catch almost every new PR in their first year. First, overspending when settling in. Buy secondhand first. Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji are full of high-quality furniture from Canadians who are moving or downsizing. You can furnish a full apartment for $500 on Marketplace versus $3,000 at IKEA. Second, expensive phone plans. Koodo, Public Mobile, and Fido offer $25 to $40 plans on the same networks as Bell, Rogers, and Telus. Third, buying a car before you need one. In major cities, a car costs $700 to $1,200 a month all in. Wait until you genuinely need one. Fourth, dining out frequently. Restaurant meals average $20 to $30 per person. Cook at home aggressively in year 1. Fifth, skipping tenant insurance. $20 to $30 a month. Never skip it. The 50-30-20th rule is a target, not a prison. If your take-home is around $3,000 a month, rent and groceries will likely consume 60% or more. Use a 60-20-20th split. As your income grows, shift toward the standard 50-30-20ths. If you're earning above $8,000 a month take-home, push savings to 30 or 40% and compress your wants. The one number to protect no matter what is the 20% savings rate. Even at $3,000 a month, $600 saved every month for 5 years gives you $36,000 plus compound growth. You don't need expensive software to run a budget. Most Big 5 bank apps include built-in budgeting features. RBC's My Advisor and TD's My Spend automatically categorize your transactions for free. For investing tracking, the Wealthsimple app shows your TFSA balance. For your emergency fund, EQ Bank shows your interest accumulating in real time. YNAB is the best dedicated budgeting app in Canada for those who want more detail, $109 a year. And a Google Sheet with 3 columns works perfectly for free. Here is the exact sequence to follow in your first year in Canada. First, cover all your needs. Second, get to a $1,000 starter emergency fund. Third, take your employer RRSP match if available. Fourth, open your FHSA immediately. Fifth, build a full 3-month emergency fund. Sixth, max your TFSA with XEQT. Seventh, start your RRSP from year 2. Eighth, increase your savings rate as your income grows. Do not skip ahead. Investing without an emergency fund is gambling. Here's the summary. In 2026, Canada is expensive. The average household spends 62% of income on needs. Budget for that reality. Use the 50-30-20th framework on your after-tax income. Build your emergency fund before investing. Automate your savings on payday. Avoid the 5 traps: expensive phone plans, premature car, dining out habit, no tenant insurance, and settling in overspend. This system, running on autopilot, will build your first $100,000 in Canada faster than almost anything else you can do. If this gave you a clear system for your money in Canada, hit like and subscribe to PR Wealth Lab. Comment below. What's your biggest budget challenge as a new PR in Canada? Rent? Groceries? Sending money home?